Well, this next project's going to be some scooter thingy I got as part of a package deal, along with what I really wanted, which was that little 1978 moped and the Honda. I'll be working on fixing that up down the road. I might even turn that into a late fall project. I had a lot of other projects going on, so that's what this thing is. And it appears to be some kind of Chinese scooter. Looks like 50 cc's. What do we have down here for info? What's it tell you? Manufactured by, oh, I'll never pronounce that name. Some kind of motorcycle company, Ltd, made in China. So, first thing we're going to do is check fluids. Make sure it's got oil. There is no battery, I know that already. I'll put a battery in it just to make sure that see what works and what doesn't work. And if we do have decent fluids in it, I'll just kick the starter over to see if that works. And then we're going to start tearing down to see why it doesn't run. And hopefully it's just a carb issue that we can get the carb straightened out and fixed and running. And if not, what I also have, as the seller was selling some other things, one of the things he was offering up was this, along with a echo blower, and I already fixed that echo blower in another video, put a coil in it, thing runs like new. So got each of those, this one for 25 bucks, the other one for 25 bucks. This is the same exact motor that's in the other one, and it has a bunch of the electrical components and things that I can pull off of it and put on the other one if I need it. So if there is an issue, I'll have some other parts to use. The guy had a bunch of scooter stuff. He actually had a whole nother assembly like this too, the same of just the motor and back wheel and stuff for replacement parts. So we're going to get started on this and see what we can come up with. Well, let's clean this out a little bit. And here's kind of a poor design. You can't take this stupid pouch thing off here. It appears to be riveted on. So I started digging out what was in there. And of course, we got some cigarette butts. We've got, looks like a roach to a joint. And actually smells like it too. And then here's a little thing that says, "Drive safe, handsome, I love you." It might have went on this keychain here. So there was something in there. Not sure who the previous owner was, but they got quite the little assortment of goodies. Alright, no luck with that little motorcycle battery. The only thing I would get, fuel gauge would come on and the horn would work, but it was really it was kind of quiet. I looked around for an ATV battery and I had one, but it was shot. That's why I pulled it out of my ATV and put a new one in. So I'm just going to hook it to a car battery just to see what we kind of get, see if maybe the horn and things work a little better or whatnot. So oh yeah, the fuel gauge goes up much further now. Horn's a bit stronger. All I really want to care to see is if it will actually turn over. And again, nothing on the starter. Get nothing there. And again, I don't know much about these scooters. I'm assuming lights don't work till it's running. But I've got nothing. Whoop, there we go. I've got right blinker. Do I have left blinker? I don't believe so. No, I got lights in the rear. Let's see about... Okay. Yep, I got left blinker. Do I have any brake light at all? I have brake lights, so that's a good thing. So what we're having a problem with right now appears to be electrical going to the starter. Alright, and again, no headlights. Again, I don't know if that's just because it's not running. We shall find out. So, I guess the next thing's going to be to see if it is the starter itself or if we have a solenoid issue. See what's going on. I may try to just jumper the starter just to see if it kicks. And I don't hear any clicking. That's what kind of makes me think it may be an issue with some type of starter solenoid. And if that's the case, I should have heard some kind of clicking. And I was checking to see if I could find some fuses. Only thing I can find is this one, and that almost, it looks kind of factory. It's a old glass tube type, but it looks to be a factory wire going towards the back. So my next thing is I'm going to do a little research, see if I can find if there's any fuses, and then check that route. And then after that, I'll try to work on starter solenoid. Well, this turned into a little bit more of a mess than I wanted. Unfortunately, as you can see, all the plastics pretty much were off right now. It was a really crappy wiring job. But, I mean, I guess what are you going to expect for this particular scooter? All the wiring that went up to the lights and stuff was twisted bare wire to connect the various lights, and then just taped over at the factory. Awful. So I took it all apart to fix that, and then I need to get it running, and then I'm going to check the headlights. And now that I have it all apart, it'll be easier if I have to change the headlights, the bulbs themselves. So all that's left now is to check for spark, because it does start again off the switch. I put a new starter solenoid in as well, and hopefully we get some spark on this, and then that pretty much gets us one step closer. And if it doesn't run, then I know it's got to be more of a carb issue, and then I'll hit the carb. But everything else seems to be pretty much squared away. And if it does fire up and run, then I will just order a new battery for it, put it all back together. And one thing I'm not good at, I'll tell you right now, is taking plastics off. The chances of all this plastics going back on the way it came off properly, slim to none. More than likely, I'll have a couple broken tabs. I'll have not remember where certain screws went, but I'll get the majority of it done. So, and the other thing too is that I used a plastic welding gun today. I've got a video review of this little thing here too. If you want to take a look at that, I'll put a link to that in the description. But I was able to weld this, basically weld this broken tab back on for the seat. And right now I may try to put another piece of plastic over there, but at least having one, it'll have something to hinge to. That kit works great. It has these little metal staples that you basically melt into the metal in certain spots. You can probably see here as well. And then I just epoxy it over afterwards. It's strong. It's nice. So that's huge, because before the seat just flopped around. So hopefully I'll have all that, put together. So I'm going to keep plugging away and see how it goes. Okay, so it was just testing for spark and nothing. So I grabbed the other coil and the other CDI box off of the spare scooter motor that was out back, and nothing with either of those as well. So, and again, they could be junk. I mean, the other scooter was basically a wrecked scooter that had a bad stator in it, and so I can't really guarantee that those parts are any good. So I did order a new CDI box, another coil. Actually, the coil came with part of a kit. The CDI box, the coil, the rectifier, you know, everything came in one kit. So I'm just going to swap it all out. And I did order a stator, so I'm going to change the stator out in this, because I actually got a feeling that the stator is bad in this. But first I'm going to just swap the other things out, do a quick test. If I'm getting no spark, then I know the stator is definitely bad, and you know, doing the stator won't be too bad a job. And I believe I've got plenty of pullers. I can make one of them work. I didn't order the actual puller for the stator, although I might order it later on. We'll see. But if the puller can't be here tomorrow with the parts, I will use one of my other pullers for automotive stuff. And you know, one of those things has to be it, because everything else works on this. All the other electrics, the only thing I haven't really checked is the headlights, but everything else, the brake lights work, the tail lights, the directionals, you know, fuel gauge, everything works fine. Hazards, horn. So it's got to be one of those things that are stopping the spark. So tomorrow's another day, and we're going to work on that tomorrow. So I put in a new coil, it's a new plug, new CDI box, and still zero spark whatsoever. I just started the process now of pulling off the cover, the fan, and then I got to take this nut off and use the little puller tool to pull this off and change out the stator, and then hopefully that's it. I got a feeling the stator is bad, or the stator pickup thing here. If it's not that, then the only thing left would be the kill switch being bad. I just put that back together because, you know, the odds of the kill switch being bad, you know, unless there's a wiring issue somewhere. But I mean, I would put money probably on the stator being bad, and hopefully that's it. We'll get it swapped out. Well, the saga continues. I put a different stator in here, and this one that actually has the 3-wire with the green, and went to fire it up, still nothing, no spark. So this thing has new, pretty much everything, new coil, new stator, new CDI box, you know, you name it, all new. And I'm like, I said, it's got to be the kill switch. Something's not, you know, something's not right with that. So the wire for the kill switch, the ground going down to your CDI box, is the second wire in the small plug. As soon as I unhook that, now if you watch, ton of spark. That's how it should be. So I'm bypassing that kill switch portion of that. I'm just going to go ahead and tape this off, leave that. I am not going to hook that back up. I'm not even going to worry about that kill switch function of that, and it's going to hopefully run. So now it is try to tidy all this up, put it back together, plug back in, and now to see if I can get it running. I'm not too sure how well the carb's going to be after this thing sat for so long, but we're going to find out. Well, scooter is all done, runs, everything's great now. The kill switch, I had to do a kill switch because it wouldn't shut off. with the ignition. So I put a separate kill switch on for that. I'll keep the other kill switch on as well at all times. But it hope so. I put the kill switch on. It was a little flooded. I had run it real quick with tried to start it real quick with the kill switch off, so it was a little hard to start up that time. But I've already had it down the road a couple of times. Runs good. What can I say? It's a scooter. But that was a very, very interesting issue, shall we say, because, like I said, the previous owner, let me kill this. The previous owner apparently had tried to fix it with all the kind of the same electrical parts, and it wasn't working. And then I finally had to track it down to that kill switch. I was always kind of wondering about that kill switch from the get-go, and it's just odd that the starter works, but the CDI box wasn't working because of the kill switch. But that's it. It's all fixed now. So if that helps anybody at all who's having problems with their scooters, and you're pulling your hair out and you can't seem to get it fixed, as far as electrical and getting no spark, don't discount your kill switch. Check it. You definitely, the easiest way is going to be to basically disable that the ground in the two wire plug going into the CDI, and you can disable that, take it out totally, and then you get spark. You got a problem with that kill switch. All right, hope it helps somebody. Alright, considering I've only got about a couple $100 into this scooter, I think I'm going to end up keeping it. First I was just going to sell it, get rid of it, because I didn't really want a scooter. But I think I'm going to keep this. You just throw it in the back of a pickup truck if we go somewhere. We want to just tool around, maybe the side streets or back streets. I'll go to like Newport or somewhere like that, or even go to a big car show or something. Where it's miles and miles of cars. We could take the little scooter around, or a big swap meet or something. So I don't think I'm going to sell this puppy.